Listen up, Ramilly, because what we're witnessing right now isn't just good football, it's history in the making, and we need to talk about it right now, because Matthew Stafford is putting together a Hall of Fame campaign that's impossible to ignore, and this season could be the one that cements his legacy forever as one of the all-time greats. Our franchise quarterback isn't just playing good football, he's absolutely dominating and showing the entire league why he deserves that gold jacket on the first ballot, and anyone who says otherwise simply hasn't been paying attention to what Staff Daddy has been doing week after week after week. Let's get real for a second, because the numbers don't lie, and what Stafford did against the Jaguars in London is nothing short of legendary. 5 touchdown passes in an international game that's a record, and he made it look effortless, like he was playing backyard football with his kids, except these were laser-guided missiles being thrown into tight windows against NFL defenders who had absolutely no answer for what McVay and Stafford were cooking up. Jeff Kerr from CBS Sports said it best when he called Stafford's performance dominant, because that's exactly what it was. Pure, unfiltered dominance from a quarterback who's been doing this at an elite level for 17 seasons and shows absolutely no signs of slowing down. The connection we saw between Stafford and Cooper Kupp was electric, and it reminded everyone watching why this duo is one of the most dangerous in the entire NFL. Staff went 21 of 33 for 182 yards, and those 5 touchdowns with 0 interceptions, giving him a passer rating of 117.7, which is absolutely ridiculous. But here's what really blows my mind. His touchdown to interception ratio over his last 16 games, started including playoffs, is 32 touchdowns to just 3 interceptions. That's the kind of efficiency and decision-making that separates the good quarterbacks from the great ones, and Stafford is firmly in that elite tier right now. Right now as we speak, Stafford is leading the entire NFL with 17 passing touchdowns while only throwing 2 picks all season, and he's near the top in passing yards both total and per game. His passer rating's just outside the top 10. But let's be honest, that's only because he's taking shots downfield and playing aggressive football the way a true gunslinger should. This is vintage Stafford ball, the same guy who threw for 60 touchdowns including postseason when we won the Super Bowl, and he's showing everyone that he's still got that same fire, that same arm talent, that same competitive drive that makes him special. What makes Stafford's case so compelling is that he's already 9th all-time in passing yards with 61,675 yards and 9th in passing touchdowns with 394 scores. Those are Hall of Fame numbers, period, end of story. Add in the Super Bowl championship ring that he earned by leading one of the most explosive offenses in NFL history, and you've got a resume that's undeniable. The man has led 2 of the most lethal passing attacks in NFL history, and he's doing it again right now in 2025 with a Rams offense that's striking fear into every defense they face. People want to talk about what's missing from his resume. And yeah, he doesn't have an MVP trophy yet, but guess what? This could be the year. The MVP race is wide open right now, with the frontrunner changing every single week. So why can't it be Stafford? Why can't the veteran quarterback who's defying father time and playing the best football of his life be the guy who takes home the hardware? If the Rams keep winning and Stafford keeps putting up these ridiculous numbers, there's no reason he can't be in serious MVP contention by the end of the season. Here's what needs to happen for Stafford to not only lock up his Hall of Fame status, but potentially win that elusive MVP trophy. First, the Rams need to keep winning, period. We're talking about running the table, going undefeated the rest of the regular season, and showing the entire league that we're not just contenders, we're championship caliber. Second, when Puka Nacua comes back healthy, this offense is going to reach another level entirely. Before Puka got hurt, him and Stafford were on pace to break records that Calvin Johnson set back in the day, and if they can recapture that magic in the second half of the season, it's game over for everyone else. Sean McVay showed against the Jaguars exactly why he's one of the best offensive minds in football, by adapting to a more tight-end heavy scheme with Nacua out, and that kind of innovation and creativity is what's going to keep this offense rolling. McVay knows how to put Stafford in position to succeed, and as long as he keeps doing that, there's no ceiling for what this offense can accomplish. The adaptability, the willingness to adjust based on personnel, The commitment to getting the ball to playmakers in space, all of it comes together to create an environment where Stafford can thrive. Think about what Stafford represents for this franchise and for the NFL as a whole. He's a throwback to that gunslinger era where quarterbacks weren't afraid to challenge defenses downfield, to fit balls into tight windows, to trust their arm talent, and make plays that other guys simply can't make. His willingness to push the ball vertically, his ability to read defenses, pre-snap his touch on deep ball, his leadership in the huddle, all of it combines to make him one of the most complete quarterbacks in the game today. At 37 years old, playing in his 17th season, he's still hanging with the young gun, and in many ways, he's outplaying them. The consistency is what really stands out, because this isn't a one-game wonder or a This is who Matthew Stafford is. Game after game, week after week, season after season, he shows up and delivers for this team. The Super Bowl run wasn't a fluke. It was the culmination of years of elite quarterback play, finally getting the recognition it deserved. Now he's proving that championship wasn't a one-time thing, that he's still capable of leading a team to the promised land, and that his best football might actually still be ahead of him. When you look at the Hall of Fame voters and what they value, you've got to believe that Stafford checks every single box. Longevity? Check, he's in his 17th season. Volume stats? Check 9th, all-time in yards and touchdowns. Playoff success? Check Super Bowl champion with an incredible postseason run. Peak performance? Check, he set the record for most touchdown passes in a season, including postseason with 60. Consistency? Check, that 32 to 3 touchdown to interception ratio over his last 16 starts is insane. What more do people want from the guy? The narrative around Stafford has always been that he wasted his prime years on bad Detroit teams, and while there's some truth to that, it shouldn't diminish what he accomplished. He was putting up elite numbers with limited weapons and questionable coaching for years, and the fact that he never complained, never demanded a trade until the end, and always competed his tail off speaks volumes about his character. Now that he's in LA with McVay, with weapons, with a defense that can actually help him, he's showing what he's always been capable of when surrounded by talent. This season feels different though, doesn't it, Ramley? There's an energy around this team, a belief that we can go toe-to-toe with anyone in the NFC and win. A lot of that confidence comes from having number 9 under center, because we know that no matter what the situation is, no matter how big the moment is, Stafford is going to give us a chance to win. That's what franchise quarterbacks do. They elevate everyone around them and make the entire organization better, just by being there. The connection between Stafford and McVay is special, and it's a big reason why this Hall of Fame campaign is taking off right now. McVay knows how to maximize Stafford's strengths, the quick game, the play-action shots, the deep balls down the sideline. All of it plays to what Stafford does, and Stafford trusts McVay to put him in good situation, to give him the protection he needs to call the right plays at the right time. That trust, that synergy between quarterback and coach is rare in today's NFL, and we're fortunate to have it here in LA. Looking ahead at the rest of the season, the schedule sets up nicely for the Rams to make a serious playoff push, and for Stafford to continue building his MVP and Hall of Fame case. Every game from here on out is an opportunity to add to the resume, to stack more wins, more touchdowns, more memorable moments that voters will remember when it's time to cast their ballots. The beauty of Stafford's game right now is that he's not forcing anything. He's taking what the defense gives him, and when they give him opportunities to attack downfield, he's not hesitating. He's letting that rocket arm loose and trusting his receivers to make plays. The other thing that makes this season so exciting is that we're seeing Stafford play with pure joy out there. You can tell he's having fun slinging the rock, making plays, celebrating with his teammates, enjoying the journey. That kind of positive energy is contagious, and it spreads throughout the entire locker room. When your leader is locked in and having fun, everyone else feeds off that, and it creates a winning culture that's hard to beat. So where does this leave us right now in late October? It leaves us with a Hall of Fame quarterback who's playing at an MVP level, leading a Rams team that's dangerous and getting healthier by the week. It leaves us with a fan base that should be excited about what's possible this season. Because when you've got a quarterback playing like Stafford is playing, anything is possible. It leaves us with a real legitimate chance to make noise in the playoff. and potentially add another Super Bowl ring to the trophy case. The first ballot Hall of Fame question shouldn't even be a question at this point, it should be a guarantee. Stafford has done everything you could possibly ask a quarterback to do, and he's done it at an elite level for nearly 2 decades. The Super Bowl ring, the volume, stats, the peak, performance, the consistency, the leadership, the clutch gene, all of it is there. Anyone who tries to argue against Stafford being a first ballot guy is either biased against him for some reason, or they simply haven't watched him play enough, because the tape doesn't lie. This is our time. Ramily, this is our quarterback, and this is our chance to rally behind him and support him as he makes this final push toward greatness. Every game matters, every throw matters, every win matters, because it all adds up to building that Hall of Fame case that nobody can deny. Stafford doesn't need our permission to be great. He's been great, but having the fan base behind him, energizing, supporting him through the ups and downs, that's what makes this journey so special. The bottom line is simple. Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer, period. The only question now is whether he can add an MVP trophy to his collection and lead the Rams on another magical playoff run. Based on what we've seen so far this season, there's absolutely no reason to doubt him. No reason to think he can't do it. No reason to believe that anything other than greatness is ahead for number 9 and this football team. Horns up Ramily, because we're watching greatness unfold right before our eyes, and it's time to appreciate it, embrace it, and ride this wave all the way to the playoffs and beyond. Matthew Stafford is building his Hall of Fame legacy one touchdown pass at a time, and we get to witness every single moment of it. Don't take this for granted. Don't overlook what we're seeing, because this is special, and moments like these don't come around very often. If you're loving what Stafford and the Rams are doing this season, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and drop a comment below, because I want to hear from the Ramily. Here's my question for you. Do you think Matthew Stafford will win MVP this season? Option A, yes, he's gonna take home the hardware. Or option B, no, but he'll still ball out and make the Hall of Fame. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going, because this season is far from over, and the best is yet to come. Horns up.